Morning, rock stars. So pumped to talk to you this morning. So I'm going to dive straight into it with some really powerful truths. 90% of my soulmate clients who say a hell's yes to themselves and come and work with me are in debt. Okay, I want you to really hear this. What they are, though, is they are committed to wanting their dream more than their current scarcity. They're wanting their dream more than they want to have their excuses running their life, okay? So it's a very easy place to hide, where there'll be some people that we do know that we can help. We'll invite them in, and at that moment, right, of making a decision, they will back out on their dream. They'll back out on their desire, because their little girl is holding them hostage, saying, you don't deserve this, you're in debt, this is not going to do anything, right? And they're the exact same voices that are showing up in your relationships with men. How we show up with regards to money, because money is an energy, it's directly correlated to worthiness, is how we show up in relationships. Hey, Victoria. So when you are living in scarcity and you've got this money story that you don't deserve to have money, or that it's greedy, or that that's for other people, if you dig a little bit deeper, you'll hear the same voice saying, relationships, I suck at them. I don't feel deserving of one. I'm not good at them. That's for other people. You know, that kind of soulmate love that Lucy talks about, like, that doesn't really exist for me. And it is one of the same conversation. So where you're holding yourself back in your career, in your money story, with your self-expression, with taking up space, you only have to look at your bank account to look at your relationship. And even if you do have money, you are still living in a scarcity consciousness where you're like trying to control, right? You've got this element of wanting to hold on to your money, like you're fearful of spending it. So it doesn't matter whether you have $10 in your bank account or $10 million in your bank account. I'm talking about an attitude and a way of being. You can also have $10 in your bank account and be incredibly abundant and ready to receive more, right? It's a very powerful conversation. So the behaviors and the psychology right now of my women that bail on themselves when it comes to, are you ready to change your life? Are you ready to invest in yourself and to get out of your comfort zone and to get resourceful and to fight for yourself? And many of our women, of course, are living testimonials, and they've completely changed their life. And I mean changed their money story, up-leveled their life, paid off their debt, healed that energy where that got them into overspending in the first place, that got them into a healthy relationship with their credit cards, that actually healed the core wound. Because I've got so many different client stories. I'm just going to choose one right now. One of my women who came in to Soul, she was £50,000 in debt. And she was an accountant. So she had a lot of shame around the fact that this was what she did for a living and that she had accumulated this much debt. Now, that didn't come out until halfway through the program. Her relationship with money was that it was her numbing behavior to keep spending more on things that she was trying to make herself feel good with, right? External sources. For some of you, it's shopping. There's all sorts of things that we do to try and make ourselves feel better, right? Holidays, therapy. But you've just got to stop and look and go, hang on a minute, like, how am I spending this? Is this from abundance? Is this on something that's actually going to really catapult my life? Or is this just Band-Aids to give me a quick instant fix? So the psychology right now is always very clear. You know, my women will come in and some of them have no idea how they're going to get resourceful and create the investment. But their attitude is, I can, I am, and I will, and nothing is going to stop me. And they are my soulmate clients, and that is why they're going on to get the phenomenal results. It's not because they have the money sitting there. And actually, the women that do have to get resourceful, like, it is amazing watching them have that up level that they would never experience. Of course, it's amazing when I have my women that come to me and they can just pay in full. They're like, yep, no worries, I've got that. But it's most of my women that have to get resourceful, and they want to get resourceful. They're like, I have never fought for myself. I've invested in university. I've invested in a deposit for a home, or I'm saving up all this money for this or for that. They're like, I have never had such high stakes for myself, ever. I have not ever fought for myself. It's always like, I'll go and pay to go to someone's wedding, or I'll go and this, but they're like, this is fucking liberation. This feels so scary, but so amazing to fight for myself and to step up and to go and do whatever it takes. That, before we've even started the process, is where they are having radical breakthroughs. And that is where the universe gets involved. The doors that they couldn't see when they were on the call start to fly open because they made the decision from their heart, from their gut. That's the only place that the decision comes from anyone that I work with, right? The logical brain, the analytical brain, like, let me just look at the spreadsheet of my life. That's not where you're going to make the decision. That's where you've been running your life, right? It's the masculine. That's where you're sabotaging relationships with every single guy that comes into your vortex. You are literally turning away what could be soulmates because you're in a massive control freak energy. You're weighing up the pros and cons. You're looking at the check boxes. Does this guy have the traits on my list? That list is masculine as fuck. Okay, so you're literally dating and approaching dating with this energy that you would in the boardroom, and that is never going to attract a soulmate relationship with connection and vulnerability and that intimacy, right? That presence of you being able to be with another human being. So I just felt really called to come on and share this really powerful conversation with you, that it's never honestly about the money. If I said we're going to deliver a soulmate to your doorstep at the last day of the program, every one of you would go and find the money. You'd be like, oh my God, really? Okay, I'm in, no matter what it costs. I'm in. I've had people admit that to me that ended up bailing on the dream because they were in such scarcity and they were so attached to the outcome, right? Instead of committing to the process and following through on that heart, knowing I've found my mentor, I've found my process. And truly, if you've got that resonance with someone else, go invest in their program, right? I'm speaking to my soul sisters that are feeling this deeply. You're feeling this truth. And if it is me that you're resonating with, because you're in this community and you know that you're ready to change and you want 2021 to be your year, it's going to require you making a decision from here, because you are exactly where you are right now, from your current conditioning, from your current mindset, and from the same things that you keep doing, which is getting in your own way, making excuses. I'm not ready. I can't afford it. Some of you are saying I can't afford it before you even know what the investment is. It's your psychology. It's a value issue. It's not a real issue. And it's certainly not a financial issue, because I've seen women do my program that had $500 in their account. No shit. Crying on the call, I'm going to find a way, I'm going to do this. And they have been fucking mind-blowing. When they get in my vortex, they are off to the races with that level of commitment. Life or death circumstances. The stakes are high, and that is why I get outcomes. Okay? So I just want you to really take this in. It's a real opportunity for you to look really deeply at your commitment and love affair to your own scarcity and go, how is this serving you to be so constricted and so controlling and shut down when it comes to what you think you deserve? The other place that it shows up on the call is when I get my women to dream really, really big. And I was like, if you could have life any way you want, you know, what would you be earning? What does life look like? And really drop in. They freeze. What do you mean? You're telling me I can have anything I want? That's ridiculous. And they freak out in the dream because they want to be, they're living in such a paralyzed freaking paradigm. And this is what needs to change. Like, then we have women that come in and, you know, of course, in the deep part of the call where we're going through, you know, what they're struggling with, you know, their guns blazing in that. But what always inspires me so much is when I hear a woman's pain, and then when she pivots into the life that she does want, and then she takes off and she goes into her imagination, and I'm like, fuck yeah, sister. That's where we need to get you living from on a daily basis. And she feels it and I feel it. And then she's like, I want that. And that's why she's a hell's yes. She's like, I want that. And she felt it deep. And when you can feel that experience, it means you can have it. And money is simply not a reason, okay? So anything that you're telling yourself right now, I can't afford it, I'm not ready, this isn't gonna work for me, why are you holding yourself back? Why are you eating that bullshit? When is it gonna be about you? When are you gonna fight for you? Because I'm here to tell you right now that you are extraordinary. You are lovable. You deserve a soulmate relationship. You deserve to be wealthy. And I mean wealthy with your health, wealthy with your mindset, wealthy with your bank account, whatever that means for you, because everything is connected. But it's never going to happen from the current mindset that you're in. And that is the power of my program, getting you into a much higher vibration, into a mindset of I can, I am, and I will. I'm going to have that soulmate relationship. I'm going to 3 times my bank account. I'm going to get out of my comfort zone and live on purpose. Like, it's all of the things, right? I'm going to be seen. I'm going to take up space. I'm going to put myself out there. That's called living. That's called thriving. You can't put a fucking price on that, especially as many of you right now, and I say this with love, are dead inside. And the only reason I'm going to use language like that is because I care way too much to sugarcoat this for you. The amount of women that I speak to personally that are dead inside, numb, could have me crying on the road right now. That's not okay. That is not why you're on the planet. To be sleepwalking through life, to be missing out on intimacy and connection and using the full capacity of your heart. That is not okay. I'm getting full-blown body chills right now because there's too much of that on the planet, and there's too much of that in this very community right now. And I'm taking a stand for every single one of you in here to say you deserve more, you can be more, and you were put on this planet to be the most phenomenal version of you, because people need you. All of you. They need your light. They need you tapped in, turned on, plugged into your sensuality, your self-expression, your power, to the full capacity of how you can love. Because that's where fulfillment comes from. When you are activated, when you feel amazing inside of you, you then go and impact people without even trying. That is fulfillment. That is living. And that's what I help women create every single day. And I just say, when is it going to be time for you to fight for yourself? My team are ready to speak to you when you are, because we've got 2021 coming up, and this year belongs to those that are going to fight for themselves. Okay? Mwah.